Good evening. It is cooking time. Happy Good Friday. This is Crystal. Chrissy. We're cooking with Chrissy on In the Loop on YouTube. And I'm just preparing to make our Philly cheesesteak sliders. I am wearing my Turner Middle shirt that I got blessed with by alumni of Sumner. It's kind of a little worn or whatever. It's something I wear around the house now, though. I gotta invest in me some alumni clothes. But I went here when I was in middle school with my best friend, Rebecca Lucas. Shout out to Rebecca Lucas. Her birthday would be April 28th of this month, and she would have been, because she was exactly 1 year older than me, 51 years old. I'm holding brioche buns. This is what we're gonna use to eat the sliders on. This is my first time using them. I always hear about them when I am, look at that. Ooh, that looks good. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. We're gonna cut these babies open. And once I do, not stir fry, but once I do make the steak, the Philly cheesesteak, we're gonna put that over here and let that melt, that cheese melt in the oven. Those brioche buns are so soft. You can just tell they are fresh and good. Our steak has been marinating, as you saw in the previous videos. I purchased top sirloin steak, top sirloin Angus steak, as a matter of fact, for our Philly cheesesteak tonight. It has literally been marinating the better part of all day. And really, I put, as part of the marinade, I put cornstarch in it. I put cornstarch. I put cornstarch in it among other seasonings that I had in it. And in my preparation video, you can see all the seasonings. And I'm going to list all the seasonings and everything I use for the marinade in the body of the description box. Hold on 1 minute. Let me go ahead and prepare to cut these vegetables up. I'm gonna do everything right over here by this pan. We got our trusty grill pan that we're gonna use to grill this Philly cheesesteak up, and I'm gonna put the camera over this way once I get to making that Philly cheesesteak. When I say this is good and marinated, you all, this is good and marinated. So I gotta strip this steak up, cut the vegetables up, and then we're going to get busy, y'all. Like, actually, we're gonna use mozzarella and a little cheddar too. We're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna use 3 cheeses on this bad boy. This is over, it's a little bit, it's gonna be a little overkill. It's gonna be a little overkill. Mozzarella, cheddar. I'm gonna put this over here. This is gonna be for the aftermath after we get through cooking. And we're gonna preheat this oven to 350. It's not gonna take a long time to look at that, our bell pepper and our onion. And we're gonna mince some garlic. Garlic. My hands have been washed. I got a clean knife here. I want to show you all this marinade. Oh my goodness. Now I didn't use that entire steak. Look at that, you guys. It has been marinating all All those hours, boy. I know it had to be marinating for about a good 6 or 7 hours. But when you use baking soda, though, you don't need to marinate it. Not baking soda, but cornstarch, you don't need to marinate it that long. I just wasn't ready to eat it at the time. So I went on ahead and just let it marinate until I was ready for it. Because I literally thawed this meat out last night. But this is going to be good and tender. And it is well seasoned. Well seasoned. Right now we're going to concentrate on cutting these vegetables up. Tilt the camera a little bit, y'all, so y'all can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to get this prepared to get my olive oil together too. Because I like to saute stuff in olive oil. And I am using a grill pan. I am using a grill pan. Yes. My daughter, it's ironic though that my middle school mascot is a tiger. My daughter absolutely loves tigers. Her nickname, she nicknamed herself Tiger. That's just how much she loves tigers, y'all. She loves tigers. And then blue is my favorite color. It's part of that logo. Yeah, but we have our EVOO. I mean, this bad boy gonna be so tender, it's not gonna make no sense. So I'm just gonna prepare to cut these vegetables. And we just gonna talk a while. You guys. I hope you guys had a great week. And I pray that you have a blessed Resurrection Sunday coming up. Because he got up for us. How many of you guys would want to lay down your life? Well, allow for your son to lay down his life for people that don't, a lot of people that don't even care about him. But yet he did. That's what love is. It's unconditional. True love. It's called agape. It's called agape. I think that's in the Greek tongue, agape. And that means unconditional love. That means you don't have to do anything to earn it. I'm gonna cut this onion in half. It's a better way to cut this onion and just go down, have like onion strips. And we're going to be using red and green onion. But I thank God for his sacrifice on Calvary. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do it, but he did. And I'm so grateful that he did, because without the shedding of blood, there is no remission of sins. I believe that's in the book of Acts. I think that's Acts. I want to say Acts 2. Like I'm apostolic Pentecostal. That is the foundation of our faith. Acts 2:38. Yep, that is Acts 2:38. So that's what we literally get baptized on, that scripture. We literally get baptized. So there go your onions. And I'm gonna, I really need a bigger plate for that. I'm just gonna throw that over there because I might keep the peppers on the actual board. This is gonna be so good, y'all. Yep, all the seasoning has been done. Have to add no extra seasoning. It's just a matter of seasoning this and then just melting the butter. Melting the cheese down on the sandwich. I love Philly cheesesteak. And I usually do it with the home fries. But I think I'm just gonna have the steak tonight. You can serve that. I love the kettle. I bought the kettle chips, kettle cooked chips. They are so good. You can just serve them, you know, if you want to have that. And then I'm trying to cut calories too. And so I probably just eat me 2 or 3 of these sliders and be good tonight. So we're cutting the bell pepper. And I like to cut them in strips. And then I might have to make them smaller because these are sliders, so we don't need the vegetables too big. And see, but these onions, they're gonna cook down too. It's gonna kind of cook down, so we're just gonna cook we're gonna cook the beef separately from these vegetables, just like we did with the stir fry. And I'm just stripping this up, guys. Stripping it on up. Ooh, this marinade gonna be fire. When I say I want to go over the ingredients, I know I have it in the description box. But, oh, yes, I have a picture that I took of the marinated meat, you know, before I put it in the refrigerator. It just dawned on me, it was a couple of more ingredients. I know I had heck of seasonings in there, and I believe in seasoning. I added, and let me pull it out for you guys. This is very convenient how I'm sitting here. The lemon pepper, Kingsford. It's a lemon pepper. And forgot all about the Kinder's Rub Buttery Steakhouse. For the longest I didn't know they've seasoned steak with butter. But this has the butter flavor in there and the pepper in there. So yeah, of course, pepper was part of the seasoning. Garlic powder. Just since I'm over here, I might as well flash it for y'all. Onion powder. These are like staples with any meat recipe. Of course, we put the Worcestershire sauce, W sauce. Have to have that. I put Mrs. Dash. That's way over there in the other side of the kitchen. I'm not gonna pull that out. Seasoned salt. Seasoned salt. I had the Lori seasoned salt. And Mrs. Dash. Garlic and onion powder, as you saw. And lemon pepper and the buttery steakhouse seasoning. So this is good and seasoned, y'all. It's gonna be bursting with flavor because it's all ingrained in that meat now. It's been literally marinating for hours. But that's a tip. If you want tender beef, use that. I think you can do the same thing for chicken. Use that cornstarch. I think I use like a heaping tablespoon. Yeah, I use like a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch to break that meat down. Yep, I use a heaping tablespoon of the cornstarch and just kind of massaged it with my hands. All the seasoning. Oh, my secret weapon is that Italian dressing, because Italian dressing has the olive oil in it, along with some other herbs, Italian seasonings and stuff. So it really had extra seasonings. I think I'm gonna cut these in half since these are sliders. I'm gonna cut these in half. So that way that'll be more bite-sized. And I think we're gonna just park it right here. And this has been washed. These peppers. I did all that earlier because I took a picture of the ingredients and I prepped all that earlier and just had this hanging out in the refrigerator right along with the meat. We're gonna strip up this red pepper. And we're gonna mince this garlic. I love fresh garlic. I need to probably be putting this olive oil in this grill pan. I haven't gotten that grill. That grill pan look brand new, boy. I cleaned the food out of that thing. When I say I have to scrape it, that stuff gets to sticking. Even though I be putting oil in it, it'll stick real bad. So we're stripping up the red peppers now. I know a lot of you guys probably attended the last saying of Christ, Good Friday services. I love to attend those services. I visited with my family tonight. They came over to check on me and everything. It just be pretty much me and my daughter here. I look forward to being remarried again. I look forward to that. Don't take your spouses for granted, y'all. I was so heartbroken when I just read on the internet that Thandi and her longtime husband, they're going to get a divorce after 24 years. They say she's not taking it very well. And see, that kind of validated my feelings when I was feeling some type of way after my divorce. Here she is, a beautiful, fairly young. I think she's younger than me. Beautiful young woman that's, been dedicated to her husband and family all these years. He's some kind of music executive. I didn't even know she was married all these years, because these actor and actresses don't always highlight their personal life. They be very private about their personal life, a lot of them. I had no idea that she was married to somebody for at all, let alone that many years, and that's got to be devastating. I definitely, so I'm cutting these in half too, since these are sliders we dealing with. We were dealing with like a regular, and I do have the deli buns, and that's usually what I fix them on. But I wanted to do something fun and cute. Look at that. We got the red pepper. We got the bell pepper. That looks too fresh and good. That's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to do this, mince this garlic here in a second. See, all this going to bring incredible flavor. And I did put, I know y'all heard right. I put the garlic powder in there. But I always like to add my fresh garlic too. And I didn't always cook with fresh garlic. I didn't see my mom cook with it. And we tend to cook how we grow up, whatever our parents use. I grew up with a lot of onion, a lot of bell pepper. We used a lot of that. But as I'm growing older, I'm kind of like I'm self-taught on a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of just taking tidbits and making recipes my own. I look at other people, have recipes and stuff, but I put in what I like, and I'm the queen of substitution. I substitute in a heartbeat. If it's something in particular I like or whatever, I will put that in. Like I've never seen nobody use Mrs. Dash in stuff, but see, all those herbs and stuff I wanted to get, I thought that would be beneficial to put that in there. And then it don't have no salt, and I'm trying to really limit my salt intake. Cause see, I be using a lot of powders and just seasoning that don't necessarily have all that salt in it. Cause see, I have lymphedema on my lower leg. I don't know if I shared that with you guys. I want to create another channel that talks about lymphedema and stuff. It's a lot of people living with that. Believe it or not, it's a lot of people. I'm discovering there's a lot of people living with that. And I'm just glad mine's not severe. I'm in the process of trying to purchase me some garments, some compression garments. And see, that's why I be soliciting y'all support, because I don't, I'm a full-time content creator. So this is my only means of income so far. This is my only means of income, and I'm on public assistance for right now, as far as my housing and stuff like that. It's my dream and my desire to get off all this stuff. I want to get off all this stuff. I'm not trying to stay on none of this stuff. It's supposed to be a hand up, not a forever thing. But believe me, I've worked more than I've ever received assistance. Trust me. I've done market rate. When you get out there with that market rate, boy, it's so high, you better be ready for that. Because these prices are not no joke. And things are steady getting higher. When I said I had a time at that grocery store, ooh. That's why I like to go to the store the minute that I get funds available. So yeah, it's just a little bit of minced garlic, not a whole lot. And we're gonna turn this camera, oh, that's right, I gotta strip up this meat. That's that meat, y'all. This is Black Angus Sirloin Top Steak. And I was trying to find the flank steak, but they didn't have the flank steak. Not at Aldi's. I got this from Aldi's. Got this from Aldi's. So we gonna kind of put this to the side. And let's see. I need to cut this on something. I need to probably put these peppers. 1 second, you guys, because I'm gonna need this cutting board again. Yep, I placed this on this plate here. Yep, just need somewhere for that to rest at. But see, this beef gotta go in first. These peppers and stuff, it don't take no time for them to cook. So we got it on the plate there, waiting. Let me rinse my board off. There's just some pepper juice on there. And you just gonna rinse that off. And then I'm gonna put this good old-fashioned marinated steak on there. Woo! Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, today. I'm gonna do some of that juice that's in there. And put that right on top of there when it's cooking. I'm gonna try to strip this up as thinly as possible. Well, not too thin. I want some nice healthy pieces. And I probably gotta and it's just cutting through it, y'all. Just so tender. That's the cornstarch that's breaking that down. All those hours of being marinated. I'm gonna remove this fat, excess fat off of here. Lord knows I'm trying to lose weight. I want to keep some of that fat on there for flavor, though. There's a big old hunk of fat right there. Nothing but fat. But I know Thandi, I know she's devastated. It's like God been dealing with me about my divorce. I don't know if I shared with y'all, but yeah, I'm divorced as of March 7th. 3 years from 3 years from, 3 years as of this past March 7th. We were married just shy of 2 months shy of our 3rd year anniversary. 2 months shy, y'all. 2 months shy. But I always counted as 3 years because if you that close to 3 years, you might as well say 3 years. Yeah, and they didn't say in the article why they got a divorce or anything like that. It's just sickening how this culture, how they to me celebrate divorce. That's because people don't understand godly covenant. They don't understand godly covenant. I mean, when I say this is so tender, y'all, I might as well probably cut all this up, strip it, even smaller now before I even put it in the pan so it can already be ready. And I'm gonna cook this most of the way, but because we're gonna cook it some more in the oven, I'm not gonna cook it all the way. So it might appear a little pink, you guys, but it's gonna cook some more, and we're gonna let it rest and stuff too. I have a wooden cooking board. Yeah, I'm gonna strip this up into smaller pieces since we're dealing with sliders here. We got some nice healthy little pieces. And it's gonna cook down some because it's you know, it's gonna cook down. We can always cut it smaller if we need to. And again, I'm gonna take some of this fat off of here. But 24 years, honey, I know she is. That was devastating to me. And I hate when people want to downplay because I wasn't with him extreme long time. But believe me, when you go through certain things, we lived in 2 different places together. We went to two or three different churches together. That little short time we was together. So, you know, we was going through a lot. Even though we wasn't together, you know, even though we wasn't together an extreme long time, like years, you know, and I kind of, you know, get teary-eyed when I think about how it would have been, this fall would have been 7 years together and would have been this May 7th. Because when I say we got divorced 2 months exactly shy of our 3rd year anniversary back in 2019, it would have been 6 years married. He would have been the first guy I would have been with longer than my kid's father. I was with my kid's father 5 years. I think it might have been a little bit over 5 years. And I wanted to beat that record to prove that I could be with somebody more than 5 years. You know. But ladies and gentlemen, because you know you guys feel some type of way too when your marriage ends. I like to clean up as I go, guys. And we're going to get this going pretty quickly. And I'm going to bring this camera over here so y'all can catch the action. Get ready to preheat this oven so it can already be hot too. We're going to wait till this griddle get hot too before we put that meat in. This is the garbage. You got to get rid of this garbage. I want y'all to look at that steak. All nice and marinated and chopped up in bite-sized pieces. So putting this together will not be hard at all. 1 second. Gotta clean up as I go, y'all. While that steak is working too, I'm gonna cut these brioche buns in half so they can be, so I can put the and I'm gonna let y'all catch, I'm gonna have y'all catch that action too. I think I'm gonna pick up this camera here in a minute so you all can catch this. Oh, that's right, I need to put the light on. Sorry guys, I didn't even think to put the light on. Uh-oh.